Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be making a loaded envelope using 12 by 12 paper. So what I am going to do is score my score marks on the back versus the front and fold over. So I'm going to do 3, and I'm going to do 8 7/8. And I'm going to do 4. I want my pocket to fill up 4. And even though I've told you before with this Oso Glam paper that it is relatively thicker paper, you still want to be careful because you can tear it and put rips and holes in it, and you don't want to do that. You want to keep it from putting holes in. This is my 3rd sheet of paper. The first one I measured wrong. No surprise there, right? And the second one I was doing great and I cut it incorrectly, and then I had an epiphany and I was like, oh, it's too late. You already cut the straps off, right? So I'm just folding it to make sure I have good creases. Very, very good creases, okay? So now what I want to do is I want to fold this over just like that. And I want to fold this over just like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make sure my creases are really, really good. And I am going to fold this bottom portion up. But what I'm going to do with the bottom portion, I'm going to cut this layer, this one piece right here. Because what I'm planning on doing is wrapping this on the back. Okay. Now I'm going to take a strip of red line tape, and I'm going to attempt to put it all the way to the very edge of this piece of paper. And I didn't want to use wet glue right here. I wanted to make sure I use some sturdy adhesive, and I like that red line in my opinion. Oh, I went too far up. Nuts. I like that it's pretty sturdy. Let's see. Okay, I think that's pretty good right there. I don't know what's going on outside, if you can hear that noise. It's the weekend, so who knows? Maybe people trying to race to get to some kind of type of sale, I don't know. Okay, since I don't have a double-sided paper, I didn't use double-sided paper, I'm going to use the tiny dots, polka dots. I'm just going to apply a lot of tape down. I'm really excited about today. The big roommate comes home and all of us, the entire family, will be together doing who knows what and why come. Not sure if you ever heard that statement before, but I think it's a southern statement maybe, I don't know. Who knows what and why come with who, right? So I'm just applying that. And the reason why I'm putting that down is because, you know, I want them to have a collar, right? A cute little inseam tag. Even though a lot of clothes are tagless these days, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to... Oh, come on, Brandy. You can't cut one sliver even, really? Let's see. Okay. Excuse the camera, please. I tried to set something up different today and it didn't work out. So I'm going to have to brainstorm. Alright. So then I'm just going to fold this over. Alright, so now we're on the back. And what I'm going to do with the back is I am going to use some wet glue. And I want the wet glue on the back because I don't want it to come apart. You know, even if you have like the strongest adhesive, it can still pop up. And I don't want that at all. And I may get a little bit of seepage, which is okay. You know, all the areas, like, so remember I told you about being careful with the tearing. So that is going on. So we have to be careful of that. Okay, so now we have this, and I'm going to apply more. And then I'm going to put some wet glue right here. What I have found with wet glue, though, when you have treated paper, in my use and experience, sometimes it takes a little while for it to, or maybe more than normal. And I'm just going to crease all this again. Alright, so here is the front of the back pocket. And here's the front pocket, and now we're going to go ahead and fold this over. And because I wasn't paying attention to how high I was putting the tape, we have a small little collar versus a larger one. And I'm just going to take a regular pen and fold over the top portion. And I just tore it some, which is okay. And here we go on this side. So I do want it to be a little bit looser, so let's see if I can't manipulate the tape off some. I just find my little adhesive remover tape, eraser, and try it. But I think, oh no, don't tear. I think this will be fine. And then we have all of this to stuff and work with. So that is how we are going to be doing this for now. See, it's tore, and that's going to bug me. I think that's going to make me mad. But this is how it looks, and I think it looks okay. Besides that tear. Ugh. I'll be able to fix it because I'm going to bling it out. I think I'm going to bling it out. But I think I want to put this strip down here, right? Because it is oh so glam and over the top and just extravagant. So let's go ahead and get started with loading some things in. Okay, so I'm not sure if you've seen all of these videos as of yet. You may have. You should see them. But you know, I made some rosettes, different sizes, doing different things, and that's those. And I made these little bows, and then I made the shakers, and then I have my tags that I have on here. So that's what I'm going to be loading up my envelope with. And now I'm going to take some wet glue. And the reason why I'm using wet glue is because I want to hide my boo-boo. I want to put a bow. Because who doesn't like bows on their neck, right? I don't. I wore a scarf about a month ago now. And so I wore a scarf, and I kind of dressed casual, I guess you could say. It wasn't dressing up, but it was definitely casual. I'm just squeezing this down, and I think this will look good because it ties in with that. I think white paper is easy to use, but when you have a lot of patterns, like I'm getting ready to like overdo the patterns, it can be a little bit on the hard side, I think. So we're gonna go ahead and put our girls. See, this is what I was talking about with the treated paper. You have to be careful with your wet glue. Can you see it? Right there. Good. Thankfully, it cleans up really well. But we're going to put our girl, one girl, I guess. Yeah, one girl. So this is not a super thick loaded envelope. But we'll put Holly in the back. What's her name? Is her name Holly? I don't think her name is Holly. I just said Holly. I don't think her name is Holly at all. And then I think I will put some lace trim at the bottom of this. So I just want to go ahead and just see how it will look. And I think if I put the lace trim at the bottom, I can put this shaker in here. And I don't want to overstuff this at all. Just because I plan on doing something with it, and I don't want it to be super stuffy. So we're going to put that right there. Yep. And let's go ahead and get this lace on in here. Alright, so what I am going to do, do I want to use hot glue on this project? No, I think I'm going to just use the thinnest regular tear tape that I have. I guess if the recipient wants to, they could pull off the lace. What do you do with your projects that your friends send you? Like, everything that people have sent to me, I have kept, and I've used some things, but not a lot. I usually just keep it and go back and look at it and admire it. You can call me weird, I know, but I just enjoy doing that for some reason. I'm going to put right here on the edge as best as possible without cutting the paper. All right, so now what I'm going to do is, even though I got this tape, you can see the tape, I'm going to apply some pressure to make sure it's adhered really, really well, hopefully. And I'm going to take this tape off on the back. I'm going to start in the middle though. And I'm just using this beautiful spool of white lace, right? Because if you're glamorous, maybe you have lace, I guess. I don't know. I'm just regular Brandy, so yeah. All right, so right here is where we're going to start off at. And I'm going to apply it. And the good thing about this is when they made this lace, I'm quite sure they didn't have paper crafting in mind, but it works so well on that trim portion where you're probably supposed to sew something. So right here, that trim portion is great. And I'm just putting it right above, right past that seam. And I'm just applying some pressure. I'm going to rub it. Now I'm going to go to the front, because you don't want the front to look like you pieced anything together, right? And I don't know if I'm going to have luck. I may end up having to, I hope I don't, but I may end up having to go ahead and get the hot glue out. And now I'm going to just apply it, make sure it's straight. Apply it there. And maybe I can run some wet glue over it as well. And now I'm going to come here, roll it out a little bit, and cut. Usually when I cut the trim, I always seem to cut it off right short, like just shy of where it's really supposed to be. So that kind of bugs me when I do that. But I think we did it. And now you don't even see the cracking, right? And that was the whole reason of putting this lace on there. And we want it to be not super duper, super whooper fancy, but we want it to be kind of fancy. I mean, you know, she's going to the party. She's the belle of the ball. All right, so even though I'm putting this girl in here, I still want to put another rosette. But I think since we're going with Holly Jolly and all that fun stuff, maybe if we do an over-the-top rosette in the middle, but then you can't see this pretty pattern. That's the whole reason why I wanted that pattern. I think I'll put Jolly right here. And I'm going to use some tacky tape, glue. So I don't know if you've seen this video, but I remember I said I wonder what store would have Valentine's Day stuff up first. I went to Hobby Lobby to get something for a friend, and we were in the checkout line. No, I did not get anything for the friend. I just got one thing for myself. Can you believe that? One thing. I know, right? And they had Valentine's Day stuff up, which is fine. I'm not hating on them at all. I understand how the industry is, and they need to keep keep it moving. And if you do shows, craft shows and stuff like that, you really need to be, I'm just applying some pressure. You need to be where you are to do your crafting. So I get it. I should have brought this down just a little bit. But she's a modest girl, I guess, and she don't want to show all her stuff off, all the goods, right? All right, so let's go ahead and let's see if this is going to work now. No. So what we would do is just put her on the inside. I like this little tag a lot. Probably a little bit too much, too close for comfort. Let's see. I'm going to put this on the inside of here as well, because now you got a shaker. I'm going to put this on the back. And I'm going to end the video right here because I want to make a few more things. And then you'll see the big reveal when I do my collaboration video with Crafty Cat Incorporated. So until next time, happy crafting.